All right, good morning. So I am curious. I've had a lot of people today already come and say, so I was at Memorial Auditorium for a while this morning trying to open the doors. You know, there's more of you here. Yeah. But I do want to acknowledge Carrie and Sutter Health. They've been a tremendous partner in our efforts with our homeless population. She's not only a good friend, but they're a leader. Join me again in thanking Sutter Health. So as Bob said, we've got a great program for you, and this event is our opportunity annually, not just to talk about what's happened in Sacramento and downtown in the last year, but really to look forward. We know that downtown has changed. We hear from people every day that say their experience in coming to downtown has changed the way they look at this urban core. Downtown's impact is much larger than just the footprint of our district. Recently, we were one of 13 cities that was studied nationally by the International Downtown Association and Stantec that wanted to understand the true value of the downtown core, what we are generating for this region. And I think a lot of us understand the economic impact of a downtown helps provide opportunities for the entire city. We learned through this process that we now represent over $5 billion worth of assets with our properties downtown, a significant increase to where we've been. We represent 46% of the city's property tax and 42% of the hotel tax. Our retail sales downtown are almost double the city average on a per square mile basis. When people come to us and say, you've got the arena, downtown must be done, we need to remind them we must continue to invest in the core. It is changing the way this region is perceived. A great example of that is the Golden One Center. I remember a lot of us standing up talking to council saying, if you build it, trust us, investments will follow. After the development of the Golden One Centers broke ground, we've seen $3.5 billion worth of investment. The area continues to put us on the radar with capital markets, with investors, with retailers that would tell you, we looked at Sacramento in the past, we thought it was interesting, now are coming here asking where the opportunities are. In 2018 alone, we saw $370 million of properties change hands downtown. Some of the vertical buildings that change hands not only set a price per square foot, but also doubled in value in the previous sale. We saw the opening of the Residence Hotel at the Sawyer Hotel, giving people an opportunity for vertical, high-end living with a view of the development taking place downtown. Doco. With the completion of the retail strip in Doco, it is changing the experience of how people activate the arena district. We know the arena is about more than basketball. We know that facility gives an opportunity for people to experience even on non-event nights. I know they're here from Get a Clue, but I want to acknowledge Get a Clue used to be on K Street 27 years ago. They are the oldest retailer, traditional soft good retailer downtown that's still here, and I want to welcome them back. Kaiser this year opened their state-of-the-art medical facility, added 500 jobs to downtown and 300 pieces of art to its facility. Even if you are not a Kaiser member, the amount of art and locally sourced art in that facility is impressive. The Hardin Project on the 700 block of K Street. One of the things that was important with that project is it filled in the momentum, giving people a reason to walk down the JKL Street corridor. It added 17 new retailers. Some of them will open later this year, and almost all of the residential units were sold or, leased before it even opened. In Midtown, Satiri's 20 PQR and Q19 projects added new housing within walking distance of the Truett Dog Park. And just down the block, Mike Heller's Ice Block projects not only added residential, but dynamic new retail. These projects are making downtown attractive as a destination. You know, we talk a lot historically about, yeah, it's a great place to work. We've got 100,000 employees downtown, but we want to give people an opportunity to experience the downtown core after hours. Shopping and retail are a key part of that experience. We've done food and beverage. We need to add to the soft good mix. Downtown is home to 24% of the city's food and beverage destination and 40% of the entertainment venues. People like to go out, they like to eat, and we give them a reason to do both. I know the Fat family is here. Believe it or not, this year, Frank Fats will celebrate 80 years downtown. It's an institution. We saw 43 retailers open their doors last year. Again, they are changing the way retail is looking at downtown Sacramento. On our street, continuing the momentum, Market 515 opened by Rayleigh's, the first downtown grocery store in over a decade. I want to acknowledge Neo Escape Rooms. I think they're here. Many of you may be familiar with our small business competition, Calling All Dreamers. It's a project that gives entrepreneurs and retailers an opportunity to live their dream. They will join next year Milk House Shakes, last year's winner, and open on the rail yards. Congratulations. If you were at our breakfast last year, you heard former Pittsburgh Mayor Tom Murphy talk about downtown, but more importantly, talk about our waterfront. He acknowledged he thinks we've turned our back on our waterfront and really not embraced the riverfront in the way that we should. Last year, we saw the completion of the Embarcadero, changing the pedestrian experience on Old Sacramento waterfront. We now have been able to activate it through special events in ways we never have in the past, from brunches to yoga, dancing, and we've got a lot more planned. Public and private partners came together looking at the identity and brand and even logo of Old Sacramento. How do we share an image of Old Sacramento that gets people to come experience it if they haven't or haven't in a long time? Pedestrian activity is up in the district. If you have not been to the Old Sacramento waterfront lately, we encourage you to come find it. We also know the cultural amenities are important to people to come downtown. It's one of the reasons we supported Wide Open Walls, adding 12 new murals to the downtown core. Working with Stantec last year, your 6-word stories that you shared with us at this breakfast were turned into an internationally recognized mural at 555 Capitol Mall. We also supported plans to expand and extend Memorial Auditorium and the Community Center Theater. I think if you've been to the Community Center Theater in the past, you will join us in knowing there will be shorter bathroom lines. But they are two facilities that needed to be renovated in order to truly accept the arts in the way that we've had in the past. We know events are a big reason people come downtown. We produce a lot of special events, not to make money, trust me, but they are to bring people downtown to experience firsthand the progress and to spend their dollars. From Dine Downtown, St. Patrick's Day, Farmers Market, concerts in the park, Theater of Lights, and yesterday we closed the 27th year of the Holiday Ice Rink at 7th and K. We expanded the footprint. If you had a chance to come down and see it, I do want to acknowledge the support from our city manager, Howard Chan, assistant city manager, Chris Conlon. They worked with us in order to do that effectively, and guys, we would not have been able to do it without you. Thank you. So we gave you a clever marketing term last year, Saccolades. People nationally are paying attention to Sacramento more than they ever have been in the past. We're topping best of lists, and a couple that we think are important to note. This last year, we topped #1 place for small business startup and #1 to where people are moving to. We know the downtown projects are changing downtown skyline as well. Project under construction, the Bellevue, an affordable project just east of the Hardin, 19th and J, 1430 Q, H16 and the Press. Hotels are interested in Sacramento. From Randy Perigary's project next to the Sophia Theater to the Hyatt Centric at 7th and L, it will open in 2020 and change the way that western end of K Street Mall is perceived. The state of California has also started 2 new office buildings at O and P Streets. A lot of other projects close to breaking ground. 1717 S Street, a mixed income project by CADA, and the Vantage at 14th and N will have new condo units. I don't know if the Shorenstein folks are here today. They were going to come, but they recently purchased 621 Capitol Mall and soon have plans to develop new condos and ground floor retail at 601 Capitol Mall. We know there needs to be more, and we know we've got key opportunity sites. The 800 block of K and L Streets is critical to continuing K Street's momentum. Sacramento Commons could add 1,400 residential units, and Anthem's purchase of the 1,000 block of J Street will add residential and ground floor retail to a stretch that needs some improvement on J Street. We will need resources to make this happen. The mayor was a big champion with Measure U. We also need creative financing, but we've got an opportunity, if we use some of these funds effectively, to see these projects come together. We also saw a new vertical project being presented at 301 Capitol Mall, a key opportunity site to continue the momentum on Capitol Mall. As I said, there's about 6 other hotel projects that are interested, and a couple to note: Bay Mary's new hotel at 7th and I Street, and Nikki Mohana's 10K project will add a hotel, apartments, and housing geared towards students and young professionals. We must focus on policies that make housing and development easier. We hear from developers all the time, it's hard, it's difficult, it's expensive. We applaud the city for waiving development impact fees for affordable projects, and SMUD for adopting a new fee offset program to reduce connection costs. We will continue to support these policies that make development easier. We also strongly supported plans to expand the convention center. Mike Testa and the leadership from Visit Sacramento made it very clear to us, nationally, our competition is either completing or already renovated their centers. And if we were going to stay competitive nationally in attracting tourism, we needed to invest in this center. We must continue to be a destination, and that project was a no-brainer. In December, Mayor Steinberg and Councilmember Hansen launched a design competition to ask the community, what do you want to see on the riverfront? From open-air markets to pop-up retail to live music and events, we know the possibilities are endless. But I think we would all agree, this community deserves and we must have a one-of-a-kind destination on our riverfront. Gotta love it when the mayor gives you a shout out. Across the river in the Bridge District, they continue to expand downtown's footprint by adding more housing. The rail yards will double downtown's footprint. Many people don't understand the size of the rail yards, but really if you look at the 230 acres of the rail yards, it's roughly the size of the existing central business district. We've got an opportunity to remake a district to connect and complement what we're doing downtown. It will add millions of square feet of office, retail, and housing, a county courthouse, and a new Kaiser medical campus. So that's 26 projects underway and almost 60 planned. Keeping up with it is a full-time job. Valerie and Isaiah in our office not only spend the time managing and tracking this project, they're a resource to you. We ask you in the development and brokerage community, use us as a resource. You've got maps and reports in front of you that are an example of some of the things that we have, but we would be available to help you in any way we can. So before I close, I want to take just a quick moment to address a sensitive topic. We do know the issue of clean and safe and perception is critical to our success down here. We've got leadership with the Sacramento Police Department and District Attorney's Office here. I want to personally thank them for the work they do, working with Dion Dwyer and our team. You guys make a difference, and downtown is a better place because of it. Our downtown guides and maintenance teams are on the street 7 days a week. In the last 7 years, we've housed more than 700 people. We know it's a challenging time. We will continue to work with the city and county on housing first solutions, work alongside our partners at Sutter Health and Sacramento Steps Forward to ensure Pathways to Health and Home succeeds. We will not back down from this issue. This is a time for us to build on our momentum. We're excited. We've never had the amount of interest in Sacramento that we're seeing now. Believe me, our story is not complete. On behalf of our board Our staff, we thank you for being here, and we look forward to partnering with you to finish this story.